Good morning to everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I got my tea. I hope you got your coffee. I got my walking done. I'm just now getting back in here. My little Precious, I put her out on the patio, and I hope she don't go over the fence. We got a little boy here that is, there's a bunch of kittens. I was going to take them to the shelter if I could get them to come to me. And I've been feeding them, and they've been coming up, and I saw the boy yesterday. He went out and grabbed one of them, ran inside his apartment, and I've never seen that cat since. And all the kittens out here now have suddenly turned up missing. And this is the boy that his granddaddy was talking about getting him a pellet rifle so that he could kill cats. So I think the boy's taking them inside his apartment and killing them and putting them in a black bag and taking it out there and sticking it in the gondola. How do you get along with people like that? Would you please tell me? Let me know in the comments below. How can a granddaddy teach his grandson to murder innocent animals? Anyway, people, I'm not trying to make you mad or anything. I've been mad about it. I was mad all night long. I had a tough night trying to sleep. It really upset me. And I can't confront the little boy because I can't prove it. I can't prove it. So I have to keep my mouth shut and stay over here. So I've already been confronted twice by his granddaddy. So I stay over here and I do my best to keep my mouth shut. I help what cats that I can help. My little Precious has tore my blinds up real bad behind me here. The sun shines on those white bricks and it comes back in like a mirror. And it's hard to even look at my camera, but I'll tell you what, she's just getting into all kinds of things. I've been having to give her pankins quite a bit with a fly swatter because she's been tearing things up. She's ripped the bottom out of my leather couch, and she's ripping all the foam out of it. And while I'm gone walking, and I come back and find a mess like you wouldn't believe, but she'll get out of her kittenhood. I take her October 23rd to the vet, and they're going to cut her nails and give her shots. And then I take her in November and have her spayed, so she'll be fixed, and I won't have to worry about her. I got to keep a watch on Darling because he's walking around hollering. He was looking for a way out, so I have to keep an eye on him. And anyway, that's what I'm going through here. I saw Miss Eloise this morning. She came in. Miss Pat got there, and her and Miss Jimmy were talking, and Miss Pat was worried about her. And finally, she came in. I think she's come down with lung cancer, and she hasn't looked good for a long time. So, you know, it's really sad. It seems like all around me, people are dying right and left. And, you know, I heard some disturbing news this morning about Arizona. They've allowed illegal aliens that have come across the border to get little jobs in the city. They have them picking up trash or cleaning out a civic center or whatever. And the whole groups of them. Well, now they've given them voting cards. They're registered to vote, and they are voting in Arizona. Now, this is a violation of the U.S. Constitution. Where's everybody at? Have you heard about it? I have. Morning team, WPAP 820 AM was talking about it this morning. Oh, and listen, speaking of the morning team, I got to hear Stubby Doe this morning. They got a hold of him up in Florida. Thank God they came through the hurricane all right. He was far enough over that the hurricane didn't hit his area. But it sure was good to hear Stubby Doe's voice. You probably don't know who I'm talking about. He's a very, very talented individual. Like me, he plays guitar. And the guy is very talented. He made up all kinds of songs politically that was so funny and was right on the mark, you know. I mean, it was just right on it. The point, I should say. And I really miss old Stubby Doe, you know, and I'm really concerned about Hal J. Hal J's been there 46 years now. And, he had his heart. They had to cut his heart out, and they put a transplant in. And, people with transplanted hearts don't live long. They have horrible, terrible reactions to the rejection drugs they give people. And after a while, the rejection drugs don't work anymore and they die. I think they said 5 years for a heart transplant. Less than that for a liver transplant. So, people, it's really sad. And lung transplants, they're just not successful. So people, we're never going to get out of this world alive. None of us are. I went up and bought my tickets this morning. I went to Big Willie's and got my ticket. And my Mega Millions for tonight. I lost on Texas Two-Step. They had one winner in Brownsville, Texas, won $725,000 on the Texas Two-Step. Time the Democrats get through, they get about $400,000 time the Democrats get through with the taxes. I think it's 40%. They don't tell you that. They advertise for like 25 to 30%, but when you go to collect your money, the Democrats take 40% of all winnings from the Texas lottery. They don't want people knowing this. Isn't that something? What a scam. It's the same way with the 401ks. They've got nearly 48% tax on the 401ks, and then with all the fees and everything else, you lose, I think it's the estimate is 87.5% is told me that's what I lose from my 401k that I worked and saved for years. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a scam, people. And every time they send you a little bit of money, when you get old enough to start drawing the money, they hit you with more fees. They hit you with more fees for that. They charge you fees for everything. And then you've got back fees for all the years that they've been keeping your 401k and charging you yearly fees, but yet they charge you back fees. Oh, listen, I got so mad about it, I couldn't even sleep. It bothered me so bad. And like last night, I was up all night long, madder than a Jap because of this 27,000 illegal aliens in Arizona that they are allowing to vote in the presidential election. You know who they're voting for? They were interviewing them. I heard them on the radio this morning. We vote Kamala. We vote Kamala. We vote Kamala. Democrat. Democrat. That's why they're here. And they're not accosted. Nobody's bothering them. You go to Mexico, they cut your throat. They don't like white people. They don't like Americans. Don't matter what color you are, but especially gringos. They hate us. They hate us with a passion. And they're in our nation to destroy us. They're thieves. They're here stealing. I heard a bunch of people saying, well, they go to our church. We got them going to church. And I looked at them and I said, they're going to your church. Well, if they become a Christian and they repent, then they're going to go back to their country because they're a criminal. They're illegally in our country. And those people, you're a racist. No, I'm not a racist. I'm a United States American citizen that is watching my country being taken over by the socialist communist Democrats that are in charge in Washington, D.C. And they've infiltrated every city in the United States. They're in your judges, your district attorneys, they're in city government. And let me tell you something, they know who votes Republican and they know who votes Democrats. We used to have privacy in America. All you had to do was register to vote. You didn't have to tell them what party you were affiliated with. But you do now because they want to know where you live, who you are. And when their plan and agenda comes together, they are going to be rounding Americans up and they're going to execute them just exactly like they did in Nazi Germany in the 1930s under Adolf Hitler. Study it, read it. I have. He sent them to the United States in the 1930s. They got their citizenship. They went into the Democrat Party in the United States of America. You can look back. They corrupted J. Edgar Hoover. They took our tax money and paid bribes, and they bought off our Justice Department, and they've been doing it ever since. They've been doing it. But people, we're in trouble. I'm going to tell you something. You know, when Americans find out, I heard Kamala Harris talking about they're going to go door to door inspecting firearms. And this is just a way that they can seize your firearms and take them away from you. And that Democrat that's running against Senator Cruz, I heard him talking on the radio, and he was saying that he's for that program that guns need to be monitored and need to be inspected, that they need to have a special elected, another Democrat part added to the government that they can have go around coming into your house and inspecting your firearms. Friends, there's fixing to be a war in this country. When everybody finds out that we've lost the election, that all these illegal aliens, and they were talking this morning on the morning team, there's about 22 million illegal aliens in this country right now, and the Democrats are quietly registering them to vote as fast as they can. That's been their agenda. Everybody knows it. Nobody's fault. Nobody's done anything. The Mexicans walk around amongst us unharmed. They're killing our citizens. Our citizens ain't doing anything but backing up. Backing up. You go to Mexico, they'll kill you. But they come in your country and you don't do nothing. They go in your stores and steal and you don't do nothing. You just watch them wheeling those carts outside instead of busting their heads open. I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to steal anything in Mexico. They're going to steal from you. And then they're going to cut your throat just like look what they did at Goliad. Well, they don't teach Texas history. The Democrats had that taken out. They said that that's racism. Anything that's American, anything that is Texan, patriot, our history is racism. Because the Democrat agenda is to destroy each and every one of us and take our country away from us. United States of America will be just like Venezuela and Cuba as soon as they can get their agenda in place. And then they're going to have the forces start going door to door killing people in America. People, it's coming. It's coming. They talk about it on the radio. I'm not making this stuff up. I walk at a senior center every morning. I hear people talking everywhere. I go to Walmart's and hear it. I go to Dollar Tree and hear it. Everywhere you go to buy a lottery ticket. People are very concerned in this country, but nobody's doing anything. It hadn't started yet. Because everybody's like me. They keep hoping for the election. I'm afraid, people, they're going to pull it off. They've got 22 million Democrat voters that are illegal aliens. They're not even supposed to be in our country. It's against our Constitution. Arizona don't care about the U.S. Constitution. They are anti-American. Read it. Look it up. Google it. Check it out. They were talking about it on the morning team this morning. It's all over the radio. You can turn any channel you want to in here except MSNBC and CNN. You ain't going to hear nothing. You ain't going to hear anything. But I'm telling you, friends, we're in trouble. We really are. Hey, listen, you have a good day. I'll talk your ear off. I'll see you on the next video. Hit the like button. It helps my channel to grow, and I'm inviting you to subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.